The bulk of the squad is back from last year, certainly the forward pack. The bulk of those guys are returning. We'll probably be fortunate to get Matt Todd, which is unfortunate for him, but Canterbury will certainly welcome him back when he's ready to play. Back-wise, we'll be a little bit younger backline this year. A couple of young guys sitting next to me that will feature at some point during the campaign, no doubt. But we've got a good group of young leaders in the backs that have now 3 or 4 campaigns in, but still only 22, 23. With Mitch Drummond and Richie Mwanga. We're fortunate to have Tim Bateman back in red and black, which is exciting, and he'll effectively do my job, which is coach the boys while he's playing. So.
In terms of those super guys that you've mentioned, will they be available for round 1, or is that yet to be determined?
Yeah, I think that'll just be on an individual basis. We'll see what sort of headspace they're in. I'm sure they've been celebrating fairly well, and deservedly so, over the last couple of days. That'll just be a catch up and see where they're at, and there might be players that we don't consider for certain reasons, and others might be really keen to get straight back in the mix and be available. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Aside from locking up the Shield for another couple of weeks, did you get out of the game what you wanted from it on Friday?
Yeah, I think so. Again, we got a chance to see some of our young guys that are going to feature during the Mitre 10 that haven't played for us yet. Josh Mackay being one of them. We got to have another look at the next tier of young Canterbury players, and I think they performed well again. Was it as good as the Wanganui? Probably not, but I think part of that is the prep time leading into it. With club finals coming up, we sort of wanted to give the clubs a little bit of priority, so we didn't have as much training time as we would have liked.
So this bloke sitting here, is he a first five or a wing? I watched him play a lot of first five a few years ago.
I think when he puts the foot down, he's a winger, but he certainly showed when he went in there for Brett that he was more than capable of running the cutter at 10. Yeah, it haven't answered your question. He's both at the moment.
Can you talk about Brett? Glenn sort of said there was a player sort of earned a contract after that Wanganui game. Was Brett kicked 17 points at a good game? Was that Brett?
Yes. Yeah, and short answer, we knew coming into this campaign at the moment that we were probably short of cover behind Richie, and Brett he certainly showed in that Wanganui game that he can drive the team around the field. He executed everything he needed to do really well.
Can you talk about the coaching group? This is obviously a new head coach under Glenn.
Yep.
Nathan Major. Talk about the new format this year.
Yeah, so it's great having Glenn come in from, even though he's a Canterbury lad, but he's done all his coaching in the Northern Hemisphere. So he brings a different perspective, a different set of eyes, a new way of looking at things. I'm sure that he's not going to try and implement too much, but there'll be a couple of little things that he'll bring in that may be Northern Hemisphere based. So that's exciting. It's certainly exciting for me, having worked the last 2 years with Razor. It's great to have someone else come in that operates differently. It means I get to learn again. Nath Major comes in as our skills coach, and Nath's got a very proud playing history, being a Crusader, a Canterbury man and an All Black, so we're lucky to have him come in and bring his knowledge. I know he sort of demands respect just because of who he is, which is great. And then we've got a fourth coach, which is Mark Brown. So he's been looking after the under-19s for the last 3 years. He'll do so again, but he'll come and help out Glenn with the line-outs and a little bit of our contact work.
Nice. And what's the plan from now? Guys like Luke Whitelock all back and win sort of just lead up into that Tasman game.
Yeah, well, they're all sort of filtering in this week. The super guys that were entitled to a break, their break's coming to an end. So they're all sort of filtering back in. And then literally we'll get the guys together on Sunday. Sunday to launch the campaign, and then Monday we start training. So it's a short and sharp, but Tasman will be in the same boat. A lot of their guys are still here celebrating, I'm sure. So they'll be in the same boat. They'll get 3 days prep and then a Friday game.
Is Leon McDonald banned from the building now?
Oh, I think he's got a couple of days. They've got to sign out and sort of, I suppose, close their campaign before he heads back up to Nelson to start preparing Tasman.
No pressure. Rerun of last year's final, round 1. Easy, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, a Friday game is probably not ideal as far as prep time, but like I said, Tasman and Canterbury, we're both in the same boat. We're both getting players late back from super campaigns. We've each had a couple of games prep without potentially our starters, but that's the nature of this campaign. I think it is a development campaign, and that's why it's great that we've had guys like Brett and Josh that have been able to perform in these first 2 games for us.